going straight, what I want you to do is move your bottom hand down the oar a bit. Just put a little bit of pressure on that. Now, brace yourself a bit, and now just turn the top of the oar away from you a bit. Yeah? See how you're steering only from turning the top? Now pull, and that way. Yeah? And it'll. So again, that's a good way to steer the boat if you don't have to do any heavy turns. Twisting, turning the tap. Okay? Always try to be as gentle as you can. Okay, don't take us out past the wall. Okay, just, yeah, okay, that's all right. Let it run! Now just turn us this way a bit. What I'm going to get you to do is start a turn and then take the oar out of the water completely. Okay, a left-hand turn's easier, so okay, just get us going back into the bay. Okay. Paddles up! Gently go! Now, just, that's it. 2 hands on the oars better when you start. Now I want you to take us, keep turning, and I want you to take us over there because I want you to do a wide left-hand turn. Always try to stay balanced. So, if you can take us over towards the right-hand side and then start a left-hand turn. Okay, now start to straighten up a bit. About now, just start a left-hand turn. Okay, take the oar out of the water completely. Take it out, right out. See how the boat, see what's happening? And the boat, if you keep the oar out, you'll just keep going in circles all day. Okay? Now if you've turned enough, just dip your oar back, 2 hands, just dip your oar back in because it'll grab. And there you dip it in, just dip it in, and you'll start to straighten up. Okay, that's one of the handiest things you can learn. Yeah, it'll just keep going round and round, and it's the same the other way. Because once you've started the turn, the paddlers will steer the boat. Okay. Who have I got here? Mel. All right. Mel, just take the run off for me, please. Take your oar out of the water. Now, see how you can a bit harder, Mel. See how you can use your paddlers to steer the boat. Okay, thanks, Mel. Okay. That's all. Use your paddlers. Don't overuse them though. Okay. So, okay. Now just do if you can, do a right-hand turn. Start the turn. Get the oar out of the water. Get the oar right out. Soft knees. Bend it down. Keep yourself nice and balanced. Okay. Isn't that cool? Okay. Just dip your oar in. Break the turn. Okay, now slide the oar back down that way and lift it up and start to do a turn. See how you've got more, you can steer, it's heavier, but it'll steer quicker. Are you doing really well? A lot of people just get up there and go around in circles. No, it's serious. Yeah. No, like riding a bike, I suppose. Check the notes. Oh, okay, yeah. Look, another help to steer, if you're going in a straight line and your line is starting to go off course, you can push and release the oar. Okay, have you got there's no obstacles coming up? Oh no, it'll be right. Okay, so just get plenty of oar in the water, take it back down through the rollock and lift up. Okay, now push it away and just push and release. Push, yeah, push it away, straight out and release. Don't drag it back, it'll come back on its own. Push and release. Push and release. Ideally you should do that in time with the paddlers. When you're making movements, you don't row it, keep it in the water all the time. And when Yeah, so it'll be now. It's hard to get at first, but if you find in a race you've got to stay in your lane, you're going a little bit off course, that's a good way to get back on a straight line. Push and release, push and release, push and release, or you can do pull and release, pull and release, pull and release, push and release. It works, but again, it's something that needs practice. When you get on the roster and you're sweeping at a normal training session, do all this stuff, and it's really good training. But it's just if you can get these little clues there. Okay, how's that feel?
Really good.
Okay. All right. So okay, I want you to do as tight a turn as you can, and then stop the boat. Left-hand turn is the. That's it. Keep your feet well apart so you've got balance. And then just stop the boat when you're in a nice spot.
Stop the boat!
Bloody great. Good stuff. How you
Thank you everyone for the slalom. That was really great.
Yeah, well done. How you feel? How the legs? Feeling good? Yeah. Okay, now just twist the top of the oar away. You started a turn. Okay, now twist it to you again. You're starting to turn back. Sometimes it takes a little while for the boat to respond. Do a left-hand turn so you can get out of the slop again. Okay, just, yeah. Get yourself go in a nice clear space, so as if you're going down to the rowing club. Okay, if you've got a nice run with nothing in the way. Good stuff. What I want you to do, get a bit more oar in the water, so push it back. That's the way. Now, if you're in a race and you just want to make little movements because you're starting to drift in your lane, you can use the oar with a push and release motion, or a pull and release. What I mean by that is get a lot of oar, get your oar right into the water, right down there. Okay, now I want you to push it straight out away from you, not too far, and then just take the pressure off it, away from you, right, and then release. Don't no, just let it go. Get the front of the boat so that you're going to have a nice, so that's it. The back, yeah, that's it. Back of the boat will go that way. That's it. That's a nice little movement there too. Yep, and then get the boat going. Paddles up.
Paddles up! Hit!
Okay, now just always watch the direction you're going. Okay, get yourself nice and comfortable. That's a good stance. Yep, soft knees so that you. Now you can. That's it. Pull it. Yep. If you pull the oar to you too much, you're pushing yourself overboard with the oar. That's when you do that nice little rowing motion. Okay. Push it away. That's right. Push away from you. Push away. That's it. Push away further. Keep going. Take us up towards the wall. That's it. That's nice. You're looking relaxed. You're probably not feeling it, but you're looking good there. Yeah. When you're doing a right-hand turn, try not to push the oar too far away from you, especially when you're using two hands, because it'll pull you off balance. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Take us over to. Okay. You all right? You want to, and so I can't really see where we're going at the moment, but when you're through there, if you can take us over to the right hand side. No, that's good. So you can turn the boat with just that dip and twist, even while when it's going too. Yeah, dip and twist the top. Okay. No, that's all right. We'll have you. I know. We'll have you doing that shortly once you've done this turn. Okay. Okay. put a bit of pressure on it so that pushing now. Just turn the tap a bit. And see how you've turned the boat? Twist it towards you. Now. Twist it towards you. Just at the top. No, twist the top. Twist the top towards you. Yeah? See what you're doing? You're not even moving the oar. You just twist it away from you. It'll grab a bit, yeah. Just be careful. You're probably too much into the turn now. We better come back because, yeah, this way, yeah, to the right. Okay, pull it to you. Sorry, no, I'm going backwards here. Push it away from you, sorry. Okay, have you started the turn? Right, pull your oar out of the water completely. Just drop it out, right out. And just drop it down, yeah, so that your blade's not even in the water. And you're turning the boat. See? The boat's turning and you're not doing it, you're not doing anything. As soon as, yeah, once you see the front of that boat start to turn, you can pull your oar out and it'll just keep going in circles. Now, once you get around to where you're going straight again, I want you to jump and be careful because it'll grab. Right, just dip your oar in the water now. Just dip it in, not too hard, not too much, yeah, and see how you've stopped the turn. Yeah? Isn't that cool? Yeah? It's a really good trick to know. It's the best way to do a turn in a 2K race, but even when you're sweeping normally, if you've got no oar in the water, there's no resistance, it's easier on your paddlers. And always try to be kind to your paddlers, right? Okay? Right, now just drop the oar back through the hoop again. Just put more, that's it, just drop it back a bit more. Okay, now brace yourself and just twist the top away. See how you've just started a turn, and that's, right? That's a good way. If you go back the other way, it will eventually. It sometimes takes a bit of time. It is, but it will happen. More oar in the water, and just tilt it up a little bit. Yeah, here we go now, we're just starting now, I can feel it. Right? So, and you've been able to maintain your balance that way. Okay? You're not for big movements, but that's a good one if you're in slightly dodgy water, because you can be a little bit off balance if it's got a chop. Okay, now have you got a nice clear run in front of you? Okay. Another thing that you can do, if you want to change, if you're going in a straight line and you start to veer off, and you don't want to make a big movement, yes, you can do this thing, push and release. Okay, so get plenty of oar in the water. Now, for this, I'll get you to do the push first. You don't need to push it very far, and try to do it in time with the paddler. So when their paddle goes in, you push or pull or whatever. Okay, so just push and then just take the pressure off the oar and let it come back itself. Okay, push and let it come back. Yeah, push, push. No, it's just a quick one, right? So it's push and release. Yeah, but much quicker even. The same time as it takes for a paddler to do a stroke. Push and release. Push and release. Push. See how you're turning? Again, once you get the hang of it, okay, because you're not doing big movements. You're not putting yourself off balance. Okay, it's the same if you want to go the other way. Pull and release. Pull and release. That's good. Yeah, at the same time as a paddler, just little movements do a lot. Yeah, isn't that good? Okay, well you can do a pull and release there too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, gee, that's good. Most people don't even listen. When you're pulling the oar to you, is when you're going to be most off balance because the oar's really close, right? So you're really pushing yourself overboard with the oar. Okay, so that's when that. Exactly. So, yeah. Okay, so just get them to let it run.
Let it run!
The idea is to have as little oar in the water as possible because that's creates least resistance, but it's also, you'll have less control over the boat. So if you want more steering, tilt the oar up, push it back. The oar will feel a lot heavier, but the boat will steer a lot better. Okay? Oh, you're natural. Yeah, and nice soft knees all the time. Get into it's rhythmic, just like paddling. You should be going with the rhythm of the boat. Don't be stiff. Okay, how you going there? Feeling comfy? You're all right. Okay, push the oar away now. Push it away. Push it away. Push it away. That's all right. Pull. That's it. Keep it out. Don't do anything now. Keep it right out. Drop it right down. See how the boat's turning? Right. It's a really helpful thing to know that you don't need to use your oar. Now, okay, now brace yourself a little bit and just drop the oar in a little bit, and that stops your turn. Right. You're straightened up now. Okay, so you're back in control again. Okay, now drop your bottom hand down the shaft a bit, right? Bit of pressure on, pushing down, right? Now all I want you to do is turn the top of the oar. Just turn the top of the oar. Keep it filled. No, don't push it. No, just keep it still. Keep it still. Just turn the top. Yep. Okay, you can steer by just turning the top. Alright, turn it the other way. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. See, you're straightening up, you're turning the other way now. You don't need big movements, okay, because the idea is to be balanced all the time. Oh, you went around that buoy really well. Okay. You can get yourself a nice clear patch of water, and so you know about that rowing action for a left-hand turn. Okay. When you get yourself a nice clear patch of water with no obstacles, I want you to do a left-hand turn rowing the oar. Okay. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. But oh yeah. So go over to the right. It. Okay, now up towards, straighten up and go up towards the wall. Okay, another way you can turn is, because that's, so you're pulling yourself off the boat there, is to pull and release the oar. Okay, so
stop the boat.
So when you're going along. And see how you can turn just this dip and twist, no effort whatsoever. When you really need to do a fast turn, and Charles doesn't like this, but Pat does, so I like it too, so I'll go with Pat. And you bend, so with the rhythm of the paddlers, bend but pull it, and feather back, okay, and feather back. Okay, right out and feather back, and you can get a lot of purchase on the water. You can turn the boat really quick. Well, you wouldn't do it in a 2K race. In a 2K race, you'd have no oar in the water. You'd get the turn started, then you pull your oar straight out, and because in a 2K race you've got about 50 metres for the turn, and that's plenty of space. Okay. So what we'll do is, go up towards that big catamaran, and then I'd like you to do that rowing turn. Okay, because you will find though that once you get into the turn, you probably shouldn't be doing the rowing too much, because once you're turning, the oar becomes really light and you can fall in. Because it doesn't feel like there's any weight on it at all. So just get it started with 2 or 3 big rows, and then just let the boat do its own thing. Okay? Paddles up! Go! pretty comfy. Oh, it's all right. We'll start with flat, work our way up. The idea is to have as little ore in the water as possible, because that's what creates least resistance. But it's also, you'll have less control over the boat. So if you want more steering, tilt the oar up, push it back. The oar will feel a lot heavier, but the boat will steer a lot better. Okay? Oh, you're natural. Yeah, and nice soft knees all the time. Get into it's rhythmic, just like paddling. You should be going with the rhythm of the boat. Don't be stiff. Okay, how you going there? Feeling comfy? You're all right. Okay, push the oar away now. Push it away. Push it away. Push it away. That's all right. Pull. That's it. Keep it out. Don't do anything now. Keep it right out. Drop it right down. See how the boat's turning? Right. It's a really helpful thing to know that you don't need to use your oar. Okay, now brace yourself a little bit and just drop the oar in a little bit, and that stops your turn. Right, you're straightened up now. Okay, so you're back in control again. Okay, now drop your bottom hand down the shaft a bit. Right, bit of pressure on, pushing down. Right. Now all I want you to do is turn the top of the oar. Just turn the top of the oar. Keep it filled. No, don't push it. No, just keep it still. Keep it still. And just turn the top. Yep. Okay, you can steer by just turning the top. Alright, turn it the other way. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. See, you're straightening up, you're turning the other way now. You don't need big movements. Okay, because the idea is to be balanced all the time. Oh, you went round that buoy really well. Okay. Now, if you can get yourself a nice clear patch of water, and so you know about that rowing action for a left-hand turn. Okay. When you get yourself a nice clear patch of water with no obstacles, I want you to do a left-hand turn rowing the oar. Okay, if you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. But it'll be oh yeah, so go over to the right. That's it. Okay, now up towards, straighten up and go up towards the wall. Okay, another way you can turn is, because that's, so you're pulling yourself off the boat there, is to pull and release the oar. Okay, so
stop the boat.
So when you're going along, and see how you can turn just this dip and twist, no effort whatsoever. When you really need to do a fast turn, and Charles doesn't like this, but Pat does, so I like it too. So I go with Pat, and you bend, so with the rhythm of the paddlers, bend but pull it, and feather back. Okay, and feather back. Okay, right out and feather back, and you can get a lot of purchase on the water. You can turn the boat really quick. Well, you wouldn't do it in a 2K race. In a 2K race, you'd have no oar in the water. You'd get the turn started, and you pull your oar straight out, and it'll, because in a 2K race you've got about 50 metres for the turn, and that's plenty of space. Okay. So what we'll do is, go up towards that big catamaran, and then I'd like you to do that rowing turn. Okay. You will find though that once you get into the turn, you probably shouldn't be doing the rowing too much, because once you're turning, the oar becomes really light and you can fall in.
Oh, okay.
So just get it started with 2 or 3 big rows, and then just let the boat do its own thing. Okay. Paddles up. Go. You're looking pretty comfy. That's all right. We'll start with flat, work our way up.